Last time on Fantasy Friends. Our friends had to continue to navigate the tomb and more puzzles, eventually finding another room with some man that had his own awful version of Simon Says. Tired of dealing with his nonsense, Koreva and the fellows beat him up. Are we almost out of the tomb? What more is coming up? Hopefully the end of this mission, and on to the next. Let's listen into this episode of Fantasy Friends. All right. So we'll put you back into the
Crossroads.
Crossroads. Yes, you have the
Intersection.
So you did go right, and you found those little statuettes.
Well,
you haven't gone
before they even
forward
Small
or
soldiers.
left. No, you don't get to make that joke. That didn't make any sense.
What?
Do better.
What
What
joke?
joke?
The small soldiers joke. That doesn't count. I was
Oh,
talking
go figure.
to Jeremy.
When Lachlan comes out of the room, I'm gonna trip him.
I deserve that, my friend.
You don't want to roll to try and not get tripped?
All right with it.
Just deal with it.
Take damage if I have to. I deserve
Everybody
it.
gets one.
I accept this punishment. I don't know. Take a point of damage. But then be healed because Koreva comes out and heals your wounds. Who took damage that round?
I
Everybody?
did for sure.
Yeah, I also took damage that round. I also took damage from the wall when she was standing right next to me. She didn't want to heal me back then, but now she's okay with it.
The wall.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, when I touched
healers
the lion star in the constellation.
Well, you kind of just you didn't even give anybody a chance to kind of figure things out.
That's
You
fair.
just started poking at stuff, so she kind of felt
That's
that was
fair.
on you. So
she thought that was on you.
eh, I mean, she's being nice now. So everybody heal up 6 points of damage.
That's fair.
You feel the light and the love of energy come through you and heal your wounds.
Great. I am up to 23 because funny thing about shifters, per Eberron, or the wording that because the shifters come from essentially the Eberron book.
Not in my world.
Well, I mean, yeah, but per the racial whole thing, how that works, the temporary hit points they get doesn't fade when they go back to normal. So I get to keep my 4 temporary hit points.
Forever?
Nice.
Just until a long rest, or if they get used up.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I thought
I can only do, and I can't stack them. So, if I get a short rest and get my shifting ability back, I can't just shift again and get 4 more. I have to use the 4 I have, and then I can get 4 more.
Oh, we can use those up for you, buddy.
Yeah.
Way to punch you.
Another
man.
punch
Just
to
one
the
more
face.
punch in the face. Yeah.
All right. Back to the hallway, the fun house hallways, the hallways of the fun house.
We're talking about those 3. Yeah, okay, there.
All right.
Right, so we had already gone down, or was basically to the right. Are there any kind of hieroglyphs or whatever it's called that's around there that?
Yeah, they tell us how to go through these hallways.
So the only one that you saw that was out of the ordinary was that one that you that was against the wall that basically told you how to get through the right hallway. The other 2
Okay.
hallways are blank.
Safe.
As far as you
So
know.
that is that dotted line I see in front of us anything?
No.
Or is it just-
No, it
okay,
isn't.
that's fine. Similar to the blue door. Okay.
Yes, blame it on Excel.
I blame it on whoever made this map.
Okay.
I wasn't saying it was you. I was just saying whomever.
Mm-hmm.
Do we want to go forward?
Oh, I'm kind of interested why there's like 2 openings down the.
Or do we want to
I'm
go?
interested why there's 2 openings here and.
Let's find out. We're
Yeah.
going to go that way.
So you're taking the left hallway?
Correct.
Okay. So
Or upper hallway, however you're looking at it.
let's do this and this and this. Right. So right here there is a statue, a big statue just blocking your path. There's absolutely no way. Don't even try to goof around with it. Don't even roll a strength check. Don't even roll acrobatics. There's no way to get past this statue.
If you're just listening to the podcast, Yale is pointing at an intersection
Right.
in the hallway
Okay.
that we just went in.
Yes. So going up before you get to another hallway, surprise everybody, there's another hallway. Oh, and
Welcome to Halls and Walls.
yeah, halls and walls. So there is some type of it's almost like this. It's just a giant room, but inside the giant room is another kind of corridor room.
A hallway, if you will.
A hallways within hallways. That's basically what you see there, ladies and gentlemen. So there is a statue here that is blocking your path to go into the inner part of the inner hallways of the hallway room.
I will say, I find it amazing that Yale's like, yeah, you guys might finish the tomb. But yeah, no, there's like 300 more hallways.
No, oh my god! If you just like quickly like go through it,
You just told Dane how he barreled through one and didn't like pay attention.
Right.
I don't know what to do
He's-
anymore.
Scolded me for it. I'll push the statue.
I just told you not to do it. There's no point. Oh my gosh!
I totally wanted to do the
Look,
same thing.
Yeah, there's such a thing as player
Please,
agency,
please,
okay?
there are other hallways. Just search the other hallways, please, for the love
So many hallways.
of the glorious
I'm
God
going to
above.
search all of the hallways in this entire tomb.
Okay. So
Look, I'll go down to the end.
Please reveal
Good.
all of the hallways.
you can't
Going down
can't
there.
go
You
through
can't
it.
go that
Oh my
way.
gosh,
You can't go that way. There's something
We're just gonna-
blocking it.
We're gonna phase through this.
If you're just
the
listening to the
statue.
podcast, Tristan just tried to walk through the statue.
Okay,
No,
I was
because
totally going to
there
say.
is such a thing as player agency. We go
I
where
know
we
you
please.
opened
No, you
something
can't.
up, but
No, you-
I totally was going to come down through here and see if there was a path to get in those inner hallways. So,
Okay. So
Yeah.
surprise.
I'm right here now.
Yes. But you're up against another
I'm not
statue.
screwing around.
I can't get through there.
Okay, so going up, please. Please going up. You are going up.
I'd like to look at the statue a little closer.
Ah, it looks like a statue
Of
of a statue.
no, who
Statue
is
of a
it now?
statue. Are there arms on the statue?
No, it's just it looks like a guard.
A guard with no arms?
an oh my gosh, I can't speak right now. An anonymous
Anonymous?
guard. Whew. You have literally made me go insane here. Please.
All right, I'm going to go up here
Thank you.
where there is.
Holy
yeah,
crap.
I feel like
Oh my gosh. Thank the
The
Lord.
game
I am
Kristen is trying to
losing my
get me up
mind.
here.
Okay. So
You know what? Hold on. Before I do that,
No, it's
I
too
actually want
late.
to go back down here.
I can't.
I
can't do this. There are right here, okay. So they have revealed another hallway, but is also a dead end, and in that dead end there are alcoves that reveal 3 plates and then what is possibly another plate. So a plate on the ground. So if you were to step on it, it would depress and something would happen. So
Band-Aid steps on it.
Which one?
The correct one.
Is there any glyphs?
I was trying to get to that before he started being
Are
the
there
dick.
any glyphs where the moron tries to click on stuff that will
Okay.
kill us all?
So
He steps on the one that the glyph tells him to.
So this one is reveals, it shows the image of Ra. This plate, the very one at the end of the dead end shows Osiris. This one shows the one in the middle shows Set, and the one on the end shows Hathor. And I did screw up. Yes, be mad at me. So statue 1 up here. So this statue looks like Osiris. This statue looks like Set. Nope. Sorry. Hathor. So this, okay, so coming to the inner hallways, the statue that they first came to was the statue of Osiris. The one on the far other side that you could enter in is the statue of Hathor. And there is an image of Set. I'll let you roll a investigation to figure out the plates to press. And I will roll for koreva.
I rolled a 14.
I rolled a 9.
Well, wait for Tristan.
For investigation?
Investigation, yes. It has nothing to do with... Oh.
18.
So, just like Ben Dane, where he's like, he figures out the whole statues and the whole mathematics coming out of your brain, you figured out that, so, obviously, these pertain to different statues, but there's one that is blank. So, when you press the one that is blank, all of a sudden, one of the statues is moved to this empty spot right here. So, like, you turn around and all of a sudden, one of the statues is right here. And it looks like it's the statue of Osiris.
Bandano head back to the hallway that had the statue of Osiris blocking it to see if it's still there. And if it's not, he's going to go into that hallway.
I'm following him.
It is not.
He's going to go into that hallway.
Okay.
I'm following him.
So, you reveal this and this. Right up here, so there is yet more hallways.
Get out of
inside
here.
those hallways. So right up here is a statue.
What's the statue look like?
It looks like Set.
Step on the stat one.
We'll run, turn around the corner, look down at Tristan and yell for him to step on the Set one.
Or you could just go down. There's more down. You can check all the hallways. If you reveal all the hallways, you might learn something.
All right. I'll go to the bottom.
I'll push on the statue.
It doesn't move. Stop doing stuff.
Let's have the logic game here.
All right, so
that
you go.
upper hall.
So you
was
go down
blocked by
to
a statue, right?
Okay, this was blocked by a statue. This was blocked by a statue, and this was blocked by a statue.
So why wouldn't this be blocked by a statue? Logically.
Because you had to move. There was a moving game. So if you kept on moving any of the other plates, except for just pressing this one, none of the other ones, they all would have been moving to this empty one, and it would have like kept on closing you in. So you know, see what I'm saying? So like if you clicked on Osiris, it would have moved to the empty spot, and by doing that, you opened up the inner area, but then you blocked off the inner area. So it's all just one big little constant moving game of the statues until you just literally just press the one plate. Moving.
We do that until we can get into the middle.
You already did it.
Yeah.
Hooray!
Like Tristan figured
We've
it out with
solved
an 18.
your
You figured
puzzle.
Out. Yes, you solved my puzzle with Tristan rolling an 18 investigation and figuring it out with his brain.
Is that blue square there? Is that Excel or is that something important?
That is something important. That is a portal, similar to the one that you came into this floor with.
Oh, snap.
So, do you go in it?
Yep.
Okay.
So
And
you guys just hop in the portal, and I'm just standing here in the hallway.
I'm yelling.
Well, we figured that you were probably behind us at this point, right?
I would
Since you
assume
already
so.
figured out the hallway puzzle.
Like, Tristan, Bendane just ran through the portal. I'm going to go with him. Bye.
Follow me if you'd like to get punched in the face again.
I just walk back the other way and out of this tomb.
All right. Good luck, because everything's blocked off.
Hey, can I guess what we're going to see when we come out the other side?
Go ahead and guess, but you'll be wrong. I know it. I know you'll be wrong. You know why? Because
Is it a hallway?
I mean, if you imagine a giant room, a hallway, then yes. Which I will
You
reveal
see
now.
Walls. for sure.
Corridor.
Did it reveal?
It did not.
Why does it look faded? Ah, here we go. Ta-da!
It's like a deceivably wide hallway.
Like I said, any room could be a hallway. All right, so as you portal in, there are pedestals, almost like as tall as pillars, 4 surrounding a throne, basically. That kind of it's a dais type of throne, so you kind of step up to it. So these the black squares in the middle, this is all kind of in the center of the room, and then you would basically step up 1, 2 thin steps to the throne. In the back, this part. Oh, oops, what is going on? This right here, you can see just barely because it's kind of a blinding light. Is a big old orb. And past that, again, barely, you can see is like this huge depiction of every single god. And they pertain to what you have surmised as all the Egyptian gods. That's whether it baffles you or not, how that kind of is so similar to your world, you don't know. But right now, you see this giant wall depicting all the gods. Each one of these things right here, the green, red, blue, and kind of pale, these are all orbs on these pedestals that are surrounding the throne, and each one is glowing different colors, so green, red, blue, pale. And it almost looks like it's as if it's some type of electricity, but not quite electricity. Almost like magic, like visible magic, bouncing off of these pillars, like bouncing off to each other. And then on the throne, you see somebody standing near the throne, talking to something that is just outside. Right here, something that is just outside of this, whatever this is, and all of a sudden they notice you, and the one person that is behind, almost at the throne, they are wearing really long flowing robes, white robes. You can't quite tell by their face, but the other one immediately turns around and kind of waves their hand at the wall, and all of a sudden a portal opens up. And then they start to walk through it as they kind of quickly look over to really eye you all over. You see like the smallest smirk, and they start to head into the portal. What you have quickly perceived and seen of this person or thing is, one, they were wearing all dark black robes. Their hands look like almost metal claws. Their face, the rest of their body that could be seen is like extremely pale, like almost pure white, jet black hair that comes down to their shoulder blades, and probably the most outstanding feature is the wings that they had, where almost look like gray wings, and some of the feathers look like wilting leaves off of a tree. Like it didn't look like they were falling, but it looked like it was almost like they were dead, but they were still attached to the main part of the wings. And before you could even ask any questions of that creature, it steps through the portal and just disappears. And you were left with this other being that then now turns to you. And as it does, koreva drops to the floor immediately with like another migraine. And then this thing sits down on the throne and kind of throws back its what's the word? Not cowl. Basically just like the
Cloak?
hood,
Cape?
the hood of the robe, and you see that there's like wrappings kind of all over it, and it looks like it's kind of like almost like a gown where like it kind of is a plunging kind of V, and then it like just goes into a huge kind of long robe, and then all of a sudden the voice comes out of it, almost like a distorted voice, basically all of a sudden says, koreva, you've come back to me at last. Now we can be together forever. And who are these that you brought? Sacrifices to the new lord that will take over this world. And they wait for you to speak because koreva is still kind of on the ground trying to handle this migraine, almost as if she's like it almost looks like memories are flooding back into her brain and she's trying to handle what is all coming at her. Do you say anything to this, whatever it is?
Benden says, "Who are you, and what are you doing to our friend?"
My name is Tysor, and I am the greatest magician there ever will be, and my master will come through that portal that I am summoning and take over this world. And while that happens, koreva and I will become one forever, just as I knew it would be the first time we met. Yes.
Ask who is your master?
I dare not speak his name, but soon enough you will meet him.
Is it a short name? Is it like 3 letters, or is it like more than 3 letters?
I don't think you deserve to know his name.
Rude.
You are just in my way. And
Super
koreva.
Say we are no sacrifices.
I'm going to use my last spell slot and attempt to do the same thing I did to the other guy. I'm going to cast Hideous Laughter on him. I'm going to say, yeah, you don't want to tell us your master's name because his name is Cheese. Because my jokes are terrible. Just cast Hideous Laughter on him because, like, Tristan's just kind of like, I don't know what to do.
So there's a wisdom save, right?
Yeah.
Yep. DC 15.
Oof.
I feel like this guy's gonna. I feel like he's gonna pass it, but the oof didn't sound good.
No, he said hideous laughter. Tasha says he bursts out into laughing.
Love it.
So he falls prone. He's incapacitated, and he's unable to stand for the duration, which is up to a minute.
All right. Dang, you guys are just getting stupid lucky with this stuff. All right. I
didn't think that would work.
I will take that time to at that moment, koreva is able to get to her senses, but she's having trouble standing up. But she gets to one knee and then all of a sudden she just kind of looks at the three of you, and then looks at the person basically laughing on the floor, and she says, I remember everything. I don't know exactly what he's doing, but he was obsessed with me. I am a priestess. I am the priestess of Anubis.
Nice.
Great. This isn't gonna last long. You want to deal with him first? Then we can have the exposition dump.
The only problem is that's my body.
Okay. Nope. We've fallen off the crazy train. The wheels blew off. We're gonna derail.
I don't know how he did it, but he stole my body.
Oh, he's in your body.
When whatever he did, everything is a jumble. Whatever he did, he basically knocked me out and tried to seal us together in one form, but I was able to astral project my soul out, and that's how I lost my memories.
Can you astral project your soul back in?
If I do, I don't think I'll be able to fight him in my own body. He's far stronger than he used to be.
What if we kill him, toss his soul out of the body, and then you
you'd
just
kill
pop
my
back
body?
Yeah.
I don't think it'll work. The orb, this is
empty.
This is not a temple, this is a ziggurat. This is all of the ley lines of this area converge on this place. That orb behind him, if we can change the orb to summon something else, summon Anubis, he will judge him.
Let's do it.
Well, how do we do that?
I think
That's
those...
the spell's up.
What? The spell's up?
It only lasts a minute.
Oh, right. Okay.
I figured we were just basically like standing here, and I'm trying to hurry her along, but
she's like, okay, like you all kind of notice him, or like, yeah, basically Tyser getting up. She says, those 4 pillars, don't touch those 4 pillars. He cannot escape those, but he can still do spells and anything to stop us. So either Tristan or I know he has knowledge of, he can probably figure it out. Maybe Bendane, because it is a magical item. So if you can get me over there, I can summon Anubis, and we can stop this right now. And as she says that, he stands up, and all of a sudden he takes the wrappings off of his face, or really it's her face, and he just has this maniacal look on his face, or her face, and it's just all kind of, you look at her in her astral form, you look at her being possessed by him, and then you just kind of, let's get to it.
Oh, initiative.
I think I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
gross.
Great.
Oh, 4? Oh, goodness. Actually, that's a 5, but...
Awesome. So a 6, and a 5. Nice. What happens on a tie? I don't remember.
We can either roll off or whoever's dex is higher.
Yours is probably higher. Mine's a 1.
Yeah, I have to get a +3.
Yeah.
Okay, so Tristan's higher?
Yep.
Lachlan got a 9?
Lachlan got
5.
a 5.
5, okay.
He has a 5, a 6, and a 6.
Roll for Koreva. Holy smokes. That is an 18. And for Mr. Creepo.
Is that his official name?
It could be his nickname if you want.
It's Tysor Creepo.
Tysor the Creepo.
Okay.
Alright, so Koreva. Koreva goes first. So...
And attacks Tysor the Creepo.
She's probably going to run to that orb, right?
So she's going to... Yes. She's going to run towards that orb after she summons some little all of a sudden, like, as she's running, she has these little glowing creatures start to pop up around her. Let's say they're little glowing jackals, little glowing jackals pop up around her, and they're all kind of growling at Tysor, and they're just kind of like floating around her.
Nice.
So she gets. So because she had to summon those, she only gets 30 feet. So I think she's right. Okay, so she's like right here. So 30 feet. She gets right next to the one pale orb. Next in the order is Tysor, whom will. So he's going to summon a mummy. He's going to summon it right here. Right beyond this whole pillar system. About 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 feet in front of him. And just a mummy, like the mummies that you saw in the light room where you had to move the statues to move the light to open the door. One of those.
I'm familiar with it.
Yeah. So you see this mummy holding a kopeck, and just like, brrr, and that is his turn. So I'll let Tristan go while I roll for the. Tristan, go ahead.
Okay. I'm just like, okay.
Mhm.
So what's he doing in the center of the room there? Anything
He just
particularly?
Tysor?
Yeah.
All he did was summon the mummy.
Making mummies.
Making mummies. Making muffins and mummies. Would you
Making
like a
muffins
lemon
and-
poppy seed? Or a chocolate chip? Or a bacon wrapped mummy?
I'm gonna go ahead and cast Vicious Mockery on him. And I'm gonna look about, try and kind of like, then look down at my rapier, and then I look back. I dropped my rapier, but I wouldn't want to make you jealous. Have him make a wisdom saving throw for me. DC is 15.
Okay, I get it. Huh. That's a wisdom. It's always wisdom.
The wit today is
Witty
pretty
wit. Yeah.
pretty thin.
Yeah, that was a 23.
Oh well. It does basically nothing.
He just kind of he squints at
That's
you,
a-
kind of confused, like, huh?
That's the bummer of using a cantrip.
Bendane, it is your turn. Nice. What you doing?
Sorry, I muted myself. I was over here talking, and I muted myself because my dog barked because my wife just got home. So I was just over here like, can you hear me? But you couldn't hear me.
Well, we hear you now.
So Ben Dane's gonna have like flashbacks to the mummies that he killed in the light room, and he's just gonna run up on this first mummy and chop it in half with his greatsword.
Just be like, I got that taste for mummy, and now I want some more.
Yeah, he's
Right.
digging it. He really enjoys cutting up mummies.
Yeah.
So what was my attack? Oh
mummy.
yes, right.
Mummy.
Wow, he rolled a big fat 9. Where'd my good rolls go?
You used them up, I guess.
Apparently. So he rolled a 9. Does a 9 hit a mummy?
Unfortunately, it does not.
Womp womp. That's a big mummy. Okay. I just saw the giant red circle that was on the screen there.
You like, red circle. No, it's supposed to be right here. Yeah.
Meow.
Anyway, so you run up and you like miscalculated the distance. So you tried to do kind of like this sliding, like slice type of thing, and you just totally just missed it by a mile. And
Whiff.
yeah, it just looks down at you, and you're like, "Hey, what's up?" And it's Lachlan's turn.
All right, so if it wasn't established before, I had picked up my great axe in that room where we killed a guy because I didn't want to leave that behind.
Good thing you said that, because at the beginning of the next episode, I was going to remind you that you left your great axe in the other room.
And the
I actually
dagger,
was going to
and the
mention
daggers and the
I
javelins.
picked it up and something else happened, but something else, and I
We
forgot to say I
forgot to
picked it up.
mention that we picked up our weapons.
Yeah.
Any other DM would have just destroyed you
Been
with
like-
that, but
Yeah.
I will be fair this one time.
Fair.
Remember your stuff.
I did. Just
No.
nobody-
I was talking to the other two because they threw at least 2 javelins and one threw a dagger, and never
I want
mentioned
those
it.
javelins.
And the only one that mentioned anything about picking anything up was Nathan.
Da-da.
Who's
Okay.
Nathan?
So
You mean
I'm going to
Lachlan?
immediately go into rage. I do have a
Rage
question
against that machine. I mean, rage
Yeah.
against that mummy.
about... Anyway, I do have a question because this is probably a newbie question, but I just don't understand this element of it. It says you have advantage on strength checks. Does strength weapon count as a strength check, or is that something else?
Like when you were being told to halt by Halton, that would have been you would have had advantage because then you could have broke through whatever was trying to force you. Not yet.
Gotcha. Okay, I
But
just want to make sure.
you do get a +2 to damage. Well, attacks and damage.
Let's say attack.
You sure? Pretty sure.
When you make a melee attack using strength, you gain a bonus to the damage roll.
Yeah.
It says.
Oh.
But not to the attack roll.
I do have resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing.
Slashing, yeah.
Okay, so let's go attack.
And Zamami?
I'm running up on my with my great axe as fast as I can. Great axe is over my head and 21.
I'm sorry. No, that's a hit.
It better be, otherwise I'm done.
Was that the one that
So-
Bendane was trying to hit?
This is the only one,
I
right?
thought there was one mummy.
Yeah, there's one mummy.
It's the same one.
Oh, sorry. Like, I have Tysor under. I'll basically say, like, I him under Mummy Lord. So,
Gotcha.
yeah, that's
okay.
keeps them
So
throwing me off.
my damage is 17.
Nice.
Die 20 plus 4 plus 2.
Do. How did you say you struck it?
If I killed this thing as I was coming at it, came right down its head and split it in 2.
You did not kill it, but you did
I
a good amount of
down
damage
on it, and I hurt it severely.
I will say that you cut off the arm that wasn't holding the blade. Or no. Would you let's say you were kind of aiming, if not for the head, that you would be at least aiming for the... So you cut off the arm that had the weapon, dealing a huge blow to it, and now it is a one-armed mummy. And it looks sad. Oh, that was my favorite arm and my favorite sword.
Since it's a mummy, wouldn't it be more like...
I was translating for it.
I see. Okay.
Yep.
Didn't know you spoke mummy.
Yeah.
Skill.
And Esperanto.
Who's next?
Koreva. So Koreva was at the 1 orb, so she's just gonna book it. 5, 10, 60. Oh. She makes it to the orb, however she ran, so she has to wait one more turn to act. And then Tysor's turn. He's going to try to cast a spell on Koreva.
What a dick.
Plus blah blah blah.
He already stole her body. What else does he want?
So she got... Okay. Yeah, she failed. So all of a sudden she gets up to the orb and is kind of like about to manipulate it, but then she just kind of stops moving. Boo boo boo. And then it's Mummy. Is that Mummy? So he's going to, or it, or she, don't want to be rude.
It's your mummy, man.
Yeah.
It is what you want it to be.
They pick up their sword and just kind of swing at Lachlan. Does 12 beat your AC? Oh no, 15. Sorry, 15.
Who's this against?
You.
Oh, 15 is my AC, so.
I believe Ty goes to the right.
Ty goes to the attacker, yeah.
So that was beep, 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 boop, boop, boop.
What kind of damage is it, though?
Slashing, so you'll take
It's like half damage.
Yeah. So only 3 damage. It was 6 altogether, but only 3 damage.
Sweet.
And then it's Tristan. Tristan's turn. Boo-doo-doo.
Gotta break that concentration.
Oh, crud.
Is that a spell?
Just weeping on the ground.
The ultimate
They'll never-
attack. Weeping.
Never see it coming.
Ultimate attack. Fetal position.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Beep. 15, 20. Okay, so I can fling a rock at him.
Oh man, the go-to sling, man. I never thought a sling would be so powerful, and then you have literally bashed in 2 things with a rock. This mission, man.
Clearly, you never heard the story of David and
I'm
Goliath.
just as
I know,
surprised
right?
as everyone else. All right. Ka-cha! Well, that didn't work.
At Tysor?
Does a 13
Yeah.
hit?
I mean,
No.
if he's some crappy mage, he's gonna have like an 11 or a 12 AC.
True.
Yeah, but he isn't. So no. Sorry.
So when I just see the rock go flying wide,
Yeah, it just like you kind of aim up, and you aim up a little too high, and just kind of flings. He doesn't even notice it. It just goes up above his head and just kind of pinks off the ceiling, and it just comes resting at somewhere on the floor. Bendane.
Before
Oh.
I finish up, I'm gonna say, Koreva, I know you can hear my words. You can break out of this. You got this. I'm gonna give her bardic inspiration.
I thought you were gonna come up with like beautiful haikus for your inspiration.
He doesn't have those on the fly just yet.
Oh my
It's
goodness!
disappointing.
All right, I'll accept it for now, but you better find those
It's a level
haikus
3
fast.
thing.
It's a level.
But it's a 1d6 to add to an ability check, attack roll, or saving throw.
Okay, that will come in handy. Bending.
I'm gonna cast command on the eyesore.
Something was coming.
Dang
I
it.
appreciate it.
Do you really have? Oh yeah, that's right. Because the squirrels.
do.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
told that squirrel to dance.
that's right.
All right.
That
Nice.
is right. So I'm gonna cast command on eyesore. How do I do that? I don't roll anything, right? You have to roll.
Yeah. Wisdom? Is it wisdom?
It is wisdom. You have to beat a 13.
How does the 21 sound?
It sounds higher than a 13.
Yes, it does.
Unfortunate.
Very. Yeah, like the first time he rolled like really low for that laughter. So he's been a beefy wisdom boy. Lachlan.
All right, well, I'm just gonna again. I'm still raging, still angry to finish off this mummy. So I'm just going to kind of spin around with my great axe to get as much momentum as possible. And instead of coming down, I'm coming across to cut him in half. So, 18.
That is a hit.
And then it will be still aging, so it's a 10 damage.
All right. So you come across and for some reason you slice into his rib cage, but it doesn't quite push or crush through. So it kind of like gets stuck on its spine, and you don't quite do enough damage as you wanted to. So it's still kind of up and moving, but it's not looking good. And if you're wondering why that is happening, it's because it has resistance, if you don't know.
Clearly, I'm noticing that.
Okay.
I don't have much else I can do.
I mean, you're doing damage to it. Doing pretty good damage.
Yeah.
Still
Doing
got some
great.
left.
You've done twice as much as Bendane this whole fight.
Koreva. So Koreva has to. So she rolled. All right. So she, all of a sudden, like you can just notice her kind of shake her body out, and all of a sudden she can she's like checking her hands, and all of a sudden she can move again. However, I just double checked that spell. It says at the end of each of its turns, so she now has to wait another turn to act. So
Lame.
it is now Tysor's turn. And he's going to what'll look like he's chanting what seems like the same spell again. Cool, man. And she basically rolled a 20, and she just kind of shrugs it off.
Sweet.
I don't know. I can't think of what she says. Like, just like a echoing voice, like, enough! And it just, like, makes Tysor surprised at the... Man, I can't think of words right now. The resistance, I guess. The resistance of her. Alright, Tysor's turn. Mummy. The mummy attacks... Mummy doesn't attack. Mummy takes a wild swing at Lachlan and just misses again with a 12. And then it's Tristan. Tristan's turn.
Hooray!
Yeah.
Let's see here. Some of these, like, freaking insults are just the best. And some of them are, like, total garbage.
Are you looking up insults?
Yes, I am. I don't have a list of them in my head.
You say anything you can find online is probably going to be better than what I've heard so far.
Ooh.
Oof. Yowza.
That's how you come up with
I
an
take
insult
my
on the
own-
fly. So
I take my own damage from that.
You take a
Wow, another
d6
slap
of
in the
psychic
face.
damage.
I'm gonna cast Vicious Mockery on him again.
Alright.
Make a Wisdom save. I'm not even gonna attempt an insult until I know whether he fails or not.
He rolled a 9.
Oh, hooray! He takes a D4, but jeez. Here we go. I'd insult your parents, but you probably don't even know who they are.
Oof.
ooh.
That is a good one. And horrible at the same time.
He takes 1 point of psychic damage. Get out of here!
It was a pretty lame insult, so I guess it makes sense.
He like out loud is like, but I know who my parents are. Wait, I'm pretty sure I do.
His psychic damage is more confusion by the joke and insult than it is about anything else. What? I don't get it.
Wait, what? Huh? Yeah, just like the smallest nosebleed. I don't get it.
And well, okay. Hang on.
Hanging
Wait,
on.
I've got this. Where are we hanging on?
I'm hanging on to my
Well-
desk.
I'm on the edge of my seat.
Okay. So to Bendane. Spring rain. Rain drops from the willow, petals from the plum tree. I don't know if that helps you any, but there's a haiku for you. I'm gonna give him bardic inspiration.
I'm
If I'm
just so
counting those
glad.
syllables right, I don't think that's an actual haiku, but we'll go with it.
It comes out of a book full of them, so
I'm just glad you did another one.
I should probably cite who the heck these haikus are even from, because it has all their names.
They're all Tristan originals.
Oof.
If only I can't
That's
write
a good
haikus.
question.
Are you crazy?
Drawn by some author named Anonymous. Anyway,
At least somebody knows how to say it right.
well,
Right.
Oh well, I can't find the. I closed the book and then I lost that haiku. So you get your inspiration.
Inspiration.
Tragic.
All right.
I don't know if that haiku was relevant to anything, but
Spring brings renewal. So
Did I get healed?
sure.
no, like a
No, you
renewal
just get a
in
D6 to
your
add
faith
to
that you
your-
will punch this person in the face with your sword. meaning Tysor. Anyway,
So-
or the mummy, one of those.
I was going to say, I don't want to attack Tysor, right? Because she told us not to go into those pillars, I feel like.
She said don't mess with the pillars, but we can go
Oh.
in there.
Oh. Why
But
didn't you
also-
tell me that?
But also remember that's her body, so
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's why I didn't want to attack her. I remember now. Okay.
But if you are basically attacking, well, her body, then you're keeping the attention off of her.
Right, yeah. Right now, she's fine. She's not under a spell, so... Is it my turn?
it is.
Okay, I'm going to attack the mummy.
Okay.
Because it's still alive, right?
Just because it's alive. But is it really alive?
It's undead. It's the
Ooh.
same thing.
Debatable.
softball
Anyway,
question.
16. Is
that's
that one
a
hit?
That is a hit.
Hey!
Dun, dun,
He
dun,
did a
dun.
thing. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Go back. I need 2 of those. And they are plus 5. Okay.
Whoa. And
16 damage.
Are you factoring in your +1 for your master sword, magic sword?
Yes.
Okay. So you basically just lunge with your sword out and you puncture its chest and then you just kind of drive it into the ground. And then for good measure, you just kind of step on it and just kind of crush it. And then it's dead.
Take that, mummy. I look back to Lachlan and I see, that's how you kill it.
Slap my hand to my forehead and be like, ugh.
And speaking of Lachlan, it is now Lachlan's turn.
Hmm. None of the money. I can go after this guy, but I don't want to kill her body.
Because you could punch him in the face like you did that fox.
It did do a lot of damage.
and you're raging, so you do some good
But it's
punching
not like
damage.
lasting bodily harm, right? Like you're not going to cut her arm off.
Well, I mean, you just punch her in the face, I guess.
All right, I know what I'm going to do.
I
I'm going to run up to...
I did not think of anything as far as children or women or anything like this, and I feel so bad.
This whole thing has been beating children. And
Listeners, audience, please forgive me. I did not
It all
think
seemed
of this.
good on paper.
It did.
All right.
right, yeah.
All right, so I'm going to run up to... What's his name again? Try it.
Tysor.
The eyesore, yeah.
I'm gonna run up to him, and I still have my great axe in my hand. Basically, I'm gonna go because I don't want to like slash it to death or kill because it's body. I'm gonna take basically my hand, pull him apart on the staff of my great axe, just try to bash her head, like knock her out. Not using like the axe part. I'm just kind of
Like the flat of the blade, basically.
no, not the flat of the blade. The staff itself that holds the great
Oh,
axe.
like the butt of the hand. Okay.
I'm
So you're
taking
running
the
up
middle,
and
the
doing-
middle part of the staff, and just
okay.
two
Okay.
hands
okay.
on either side, pushing it.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Roll that. Beautiful
so-
bones.
There we go. 21.
Woof. Yeah, you just sucker punch. Tyser is like focused on koreva, and then all of a sudden they hear your footsteps, just loud stomping footsteps, and they slowly turn and see you just clock them right in the nose.
Yeah, with 8 damage. Isn't great.
And you let me roll a Constitution and see if they get knocked down. No, they rolled high. That's crazy. Like the only time they rolled low was right at the beginning for that hideous laughter. But no, but you definitely like bonked them in the nose and like kind of sent them back for a second, and then koreva. So I'm gonna just do a straight roll. Ugh, my gosh. And she rolled a 20. So she starts kind of manipulating the orb. And as she's manipulating the orb, you see the wall in the back that you're facing starts to change. And all of a sudden the wall becomes like it's like the depictions of the different gods start to change. Then all of a sudden you see the image of Anubis pop up, and then the whole wall kind of turns like this huge glowing, almost like the portals that you see. Then it turns to like this kind of like obsidian color, like it'll slowly just kind of envelops it. And as that happens, you see this claw come out, this huge claw from one side, and then another claw from the other, and then all of a sudden, like right in the center, you see this kind of snout slowly come out, and then as you see that, like you see this the mouth, like the snout open up, and you see this mouth, and out of the mouth comes this smaller image. What you thought would be this giant Anubis, all of a sudden, like this smaller version, like a
Puppy Anubis.
a medium to large size version of what you perceive as Anubis comes out, and then he kind of sees koreva, and then he sees the body of koreva, and he sees all of you, and then all of a sudden he starts to walk up to the throne, and all of a sudden Tysor, being a creature of magic, he turns around and senses this, and he's all of a sudden, like, you just see him just beg for his life, and like it, and I mean large, as in like he looks like the avatar of Anubis looks thin, but compared to once he gets up to you, even you, Lachlan, you're like standing on the top of this kind of dais, but he's still kind of towering over you. Like, this is a really big like room, like ritual room, and he's just like towering over the two, like all of you. And then all of a sudden he reaches with his index and his thumb, his right index and his thumb, and reaches into the chest of koreva / Tysor, and all of a sudden it's like he just kind of quickly plucks something out. And then as you see it, it's it almost looks like a heart, but it's more like almost like a ruby, like a gem or a crystal. And then he it's almost like subtle shake of his head, and then like you can still hear the voice of Tysor, like begging him, but then he immediately just presses his fingers together and just breaks this whatever crystal this was, and
Squish.
you hear this enormous scream, just deafening, just screaming of pain and misery, and then you just see kind of like this, like a deep red, like a phantom image just disappear, but then like you see like it's trying to disappear, and then Anubis just snatches it out of the air because it's like leaving the body, snatches it out of the air, and just immediately like spins around and throws it through the portal. And then as he does that, he takes a moment and then sees Koreva, like the astral image of Koreva, and kind of goes down, like picks her up in like his arms, and then goes back up to her body, and then places her like pretty much places her soul into her body, and then like he puts his right hand over her body, and like all of a sudden that you see it kind of glow with this like kind of light and dark energy, and all of a sudden like she gets enveloped in this energy, and then all of a sudden it goes away, and like you hear this image in your heads saying, I still have need of her. Almost like the one voice you kept on hearing at the beginning in all of those altar rooms. You finally realized that it was Anubis basically speaking to you, that telling you like these different things. Like he was one of these gods that could be summoned, and he also like he demanded that they obey these laws in this ziggurat, but they weren't. So he just kind of like he took it upon himself to judge them, but because of this whole ritual, there was a problem with the connection. So you hear this kind of like, I still have need of her. Thank you for protecting my priestess. And then he kind of gives you this deep nod, and then looks at her, and then immediately just turns around, just kind of walks off into that giant mouth, and the mouth closes, and then like the whole kind of creature itself, or whatever it is, kind of goes back into this kind of obsidian blackness, and then the portal slowly closes. And as it does, she starts to open her eyes, and you were once again face to face with Koreva, except in an actual body and physical form.
Bandane was waving to Anubis the whole time he was leaving.
As as he's walking away, like he notices that, and he just kind of gives you a thumbs up, and then just continues walking into the portal or whatever. So she slowly gets her bearings and stands up, and she kind of takes a moment to like look at her hands and look at her body, and kind of get herself reacclimated to her body. And then she says, I can't thank you enough. I can't believe all of this happened under my watch. She basically tells you that, Tysor was obsessed with her, stalking her, and then like he somehow got all this power. She has no idea how, that she was the priestess of Anubis, and that this ziggurat was a huge kind of ritual place to kind of summon the gods, which you kind of slowly figured that out. And also before she was like, she kind of knew that Tysor and then his kind of minions, or whatever you want to call them, were coming in and breaking into this place to kind of get at her. So she waited until the last moment to basically trap Tysor in this like little throne area, and like each orb pertains to the elements of the planets, so earth, fire, wind, and water. So what she does is she kind of pulls in a piece of each of those orbs. Basically, she just kind of like breaks the orbs because there's no need of them anymore, because he's now basically in the underworld with Anubis, Tysor is, and so she breaks them all and she recombines them, and so there's like this huge amount of energy that you can feel from it, and so she hands it to you as kind of like a she basically says like, I don't know if this will help you, but there will be no need of any more assist. I thank you so much for helping me. I will continue to protect this place and keep anything else from trying to open portals to some dark and evil places. I will put up a barrier again and protect this place as best as I can. But please take this little token, as maybe it'll help you in your travels. And she just hands you pieces of each of the orbs, and yeah, she then says, "Let me the sandstorm should be over, so I'll open a portal for you to. I'll try to get you as close to the oasis as I can." And so she kind of beckons you to follow her to the orb, and then she kind of starts messing around with it, and she's able to kind of make a portal, at least as close, like she said, as close as she could to that oasis. And then all of a sudden you just see the wall open up, and it's as if it's like you're looking literally almost over a sand dune at this oasis that you first started this mission at. She then says, I don't know who exactly you are, but again, I thank you, and whatever your mission is, whatever you're trying to do, I hope your travels see you safe, and your journey is not as dangerous as this was. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
You don't believe in luck.
And then you all step through the portal, and you end up on kind of, like I said, on like a sand dune overlooking the oasis encampment. And as you turn around, you see the portal start to close, and she kind of waves goodbye to you, and that's kind of the last few moments that you see of Koreva. You then trudge back to the oasis, and you head you get to the edge of the water, and then all of a sudden your comms, your babble devices pop back on. You hear a familiar voice, and gentlemen, are you okay? We lost contact with you once you got close to that sandstorm. Hello?
Fine, okay.
As good as we can be.
Is Ben Dane there? I hear two. Is there a third?
He's here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm good.
Oh,
Again.
goodness.
I was muted again because my fan was with my mic.
Well then, just head around to your west a little bit. I will open up a portal for you, and you can just come on back. I would love to hear what you have found out about what was going on. I will see you in a moment. And then you head to the west. You double check, kind of go over one or two sand dunes, and then you double check, make sure no one was following you, and then you see this portal right there, kind of manipulating the wind and all this stuff, and the sand is kind of kicking up. And the same kind of effect that you saw first time you went through the portal system. And then you head back through, And as you do, you see, again, a familiar sight. You see Suriel and Rascal waiting for you as you come out of that whole contact portal device. And then all of a sudden, it slows down, the wind slows down, and the sound gets quiet, and it finally stops, and you're back in the sanctum, which I still had to figure out a name for. Thank you to Brian Sanyshin, BrianSanyshyn. Find him on Fiverr and his own website. Find us on Instagram and YouTube. Like and subscribe. We are also on Spotify, Anchor, Stitcher, Google Podcast, and Amazon Music. Send us an email of NPC names, items, ideas, anything good, nothing bad. Just kidding. At fantasyfriendspc@gmail.com. That is fantasyfriends, P as in puppy, C as in cat, @gmail.com. Thank you for listening, and please tell everyone you can about the podcast. Pull out advertising spots for us. Everywhere that you can think of, letting people know to listen in, like, subscribe, and share with others. And just a quick apologies for the delay. The holiday had slowed things down a bit. But again, thank you so much. And the next episode will be up in about 2 weeks. Goodbye.